Hi guys, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be doing just a few little things with my reef tank, and that's really it for today. I don't know what it is, but I was on a roll with filming and editing and getting my videos up, and then I took a few days off because I didn't feel good, and now I'm having the hardest time getting going, like getting back into it. Every time I go to film, I have horrible brain fog. I feel like I don't know what to say. Every time I try to talk, it's like I say 3 words and I feel like I have to take the biggest breath ever. I feel like I can't breathe. I don't know where all this filming anxiety is coming from, but I don't know. We're powering through it. So this video might seem a little off. I don't know, but I'm gonna try to get through it. As a matter of fact, I already tried to film this like 3 days ago and I just couldn't, I could not speak coherently. I could not get through it. I don't know why. Hey guys, welcome back to the next episode of getting this tank functioning and existing and making it look pretty and bringing it to life and getting a bunch of corals, and welcome back to an episode. My brain's not really working at full capacity today, so sorry if I seem incoherent. But yeah, let's get the tank. I feel very awkward today. I don't know why. When I'm looking at the camera, I'm like getting shy. But today we're gonna do it. We're gonna get through it. We got it. I got my Diet Dr. Pepper. We're all good. All good vibes here. If you don't know, I live off of this. This is my fuel. It's like gasoline to my body in a world where I'm a car and gasoline is good for me. Beep beep. Okay, I got a little man here next to me. Very cozy, very comfy. So today we're just gonna be doing a couple things with my tank. We're gonna get the rock work set up in a better way where, oh my god, there's ghost hair flying everywhere now because I pet him. We're gonna be setting up the rock work in the aquarium. So it's gonna be stacked up in a way that's gonna be better for the corals and the anemones that I'm gonna bring in. Then we're gonna add a power head to the tank, and we're gonna set up the filtration system. And then I think we're gonna be taking a little break on these videos, only because if I don't take a break, the next video will be like adding an anemone and that's it. And then the next video will be like adding one more singular coral and that's it. There's still plenty I need to do. I still wanna replace the lights. I'm gonna get an even better power head than the one that we're adding today. I'm gonna get even more filtration media than the stuff that we're adding today. And then of course we're gonna be adding corals and fish, but I haven't decided exactly how I'm going to be doing that yet with the corals and the fish. I don't know if I'm going to just go to the store and get all the corals I want at once, or if I'm going to be slowly adding them until I know the way that's all going to go. Same with the fish. I don't need to be filming every like tiny little thing I add to the tank and making it like one whole video. So instead we're gonna spread it out a little bit after this. There's plenty of stuff I want to make content on though until it's time to film the next step of the fish tank. So just wanted to get that out of the way, make that clear. It's gonna wrap up like season 1 of the tank build, okay? So first I'm gonna switch over and show you guys the rock work and how it got set up. This is also just kind of like my first try setting it up. So if it sucks, I will decide that it sucks. And if you think it sucks and I don't think it sucks, then oh well. But if you think it sucks and I decide it sucks, then we're getting rid of it. So we're gonna see how the rocks look in this new position for like a good week. I wanna make sure the rocks are sturdy and they're not gonna fall. And if so, then I'll keep it. Okay, just in case I have to do multiple attempts at this, because again, how many times have I said this? I'm not good at this. So just in case, so I can keep it in order, this is attempt number 1 at making these rocks look somewhat cohesive and nice together. I will say I have an issue. This rock right here, kind of hard to see, but it goes all the way into the back. It's covered in mushrooms. Here's another angle of it. So I can't put that underneath other rocks. I need that part to be visible so it doesn't kill the mushrooms by stacking stuff on top of it. So that's gonna be difficult. I really don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start trying now. Like I said, try number 1 here. Okay, I'm gonna pause real quick because the water's getting really murky. I'm having a very hard time with this one right here is like an arch, it's like a U, and I really wanted to make that prominent. This is a little cave, this is a big cave. I wanted that cave to be the center of everything. My big issue right now is I can't find a space for this rock. This is the same rock I showed y'all that's covered in corals. They're all right there. There's a gap right there. I need to see once the sand settles how much light hits right there, because mushrooms don't need a lot of light and they can move, so maybe they will just detach themselves and find a new spot if they don't like it. But I just don't want them to die, so we'll see what happens. Maybe I can take the rock out and work on removing them myself, but I'm gonna stop for now because I can't see what I'm doing. This is just my very first attempt, okay? Go easy on me. Okay, I'm gonna let the water clear up now. Okay, we're using my better camera today. I just keep forgetting it's an option. I keep forgetting it even exists. And that it's pretty significantly better than my other camera. So this is where we're at today. It's been a few days since I organized the rock. I'm still not 100% set on this setup, but we're leaving it like this. Even though it was just my first attempt, really, we're leaving it like this for now. The green star polyps have gotten more comfy. They're opening up again. The mushrooms are looking good. The clownfish are hungry. So today we're gonna mess with the filtration a little bit and see if we can get something good going. And we're gonna try to set up the power head that I have, which will be important for corals that are going to be coming in the future. And for an anemone, we need some more targeted water flow in certain areas where there will be corals coming. So we're gonna try to set that up. Yeah, everything's going good. Zero issues with the tank. It does need a little clean right now. It has a little bit of algae coming in on the glass. But yeah, other than that, everything's looking great. I'm still not 100% comfy with this rock being right here. As you can tell, next to this hermit crab right here, there's some mushrooms. There's a lot more further down and they're pretty covered. So I don't really like that because they're not getting a lot of light, but I'm thinking maybe I can convince them to move around a little bit. If I need to, I can take the rock out and try to get them to move. But for now, the ones that do have access to light are looking good. There's some on the bottom too. So it's not the worst thing in the world, but we'll keep an eye on them and see if maybe we can move them around. Also, there's a random piece of green star polyps right there. Don't really know, must have broken off. I guess they're doing fine. I'll try to move them onto a rock or something. But anyway, let's feed these little guys. Let's get them their food. And then we'll work on the filtration and the power head. I was kind of surprised that it worked as well as it did because I expected to absolutely despise my first attempt at it. And while I don't think it's perfect, it's a lot better than I thought it would be. So pretty happy with it so far. We'll see once I start adding corals if it holds up and how it does with the anemone and all of that. So next step is adding the power head to the tank, or the wave maker. People call it different things. This thing. We're gonna be adding this thing to the tank. Just waiting for the food to dissolve. The female clownfish is a little excited. I'm gonna open this little slot up so she knows it's gonna be time to eat. See all the hermit crabs getting excited. You can't see them on camera, but they're all scrambling in the back. There's a couple in the front coming. This guy just fell. Also, the urchin's still doing good. It's gonna be hard to focus on him because there's a lot of food in the way, but he's back there chilling. Okay, let's figure out where we're gonna be placing the power head. Over here is the return pump where it pushes the water that just went through the filtration in the back into the tank. So there's some current coming out of there. So I don't need to put a power head in that position. So maybe on the other side would be better, the back of the other side, a little lower down, or at an angle on this side. Again, it really depends. I'm imagining my anemone will be either around this rock or right here. But the anemone does kind of have a choice in it and will move to where they want to be. So I don't really get a choice, but somewhere in the center would be ideal. So I'll need some good flow in that area. Oh, here comes the emerald crab, or one of the emerald crabs looking for food. The hermit crabs have actually been hilarious in this tank. They go on a lot of adventures. Why are they fighting? No, but for real, what are they doing? Do you know? Oh, thanks for telling me. Oh no, he fell. He fell. Someone help him. Everyone in this tank has such a silly, like, unique personality. It's very funny to watch. Now that they've finished their food for the most part, we're gonna be using this Hydrocorollia Nano for the tank right now. This is not the one that I want long term. There are plenty of... Whoa, what happened to my voice there? There's another brand that I like for a small 32 gallon like this that is controllable. So you can choose how strong it blows and at what time. And I'd really like to get that one. It's also very compact compared to this one. It's like a little circle that just like lays flat, which I think is good because with a tank like this, we need all the space we can get, and I don't really want a power head taking up too much space. They can be a little bulky and disruptive to the flow of everything in the tank just to have this machine sitting in there. This one is a smaller one, it's a Nano, but there's an even smaller one that I want that also you can manually control, but this is just a quick option for now. See, originally I was wanting to put this on this side of the tank because right here is the couch, and if I'm looking into the tank from this side, I really don't want this just to be sticking there in the way. I don't know. Maybe it is better to put it on this side because that side, like I said, already has at least the return pump. Let's mess around and see. Let's try this side out. That's one option. They're interested. They're like, what the heck is that thing? Let's turn it on and see exactly how strong it is. Let's see what we're working with. I might want to put it a little lower. I don't know. I'm going to give it a little bit of time to blow around and see how the fish handle it. It's kind of hard to envision without the anemone actually being there exactly how high or low I need the power head to be because I don't want it blasting the anemone. I just want it to improve the water flow around the anemone. All the little dots you see in the water right now is just from the power head blowing stuff off the rocks. If anything, it's kind of a good visual for why they're important. A lot of stuff will settle in the rocks and just sit there, and it can contribute to the water quality getting bad, but the power head will force the water to keep moving and not allow things to settle as easily. Different sections of the tank can have the water filtered through the back instead of certain areas not getting enough water flow and everything kind of just sitting and going stagnant in that area. But I'm going to keep that there for now. I need to make sure the fish can still swim well at the top, that it's not like blasting them so hard that they can't swim up there, especially the little guy. He's a little weaker of a swimmer since he's so small, and I don't want to encourage them to hide.
1 hour later.
I did point it down just a tiny bit more since the little guy is already kind of a weak swimmer. I want to make sure he could swim at the top of the water column and it not be too overwhelming. I'm going to watch for the next few hours and see if it's good and then see where to go from there. I still haven't decided if that placement is best for it or not. It seemed like the obvious choice to introduce a little extra flow on the other side, but this is another thing that I feel like I'm not going to be able to visualize as good until I bring the corals in. When I start placing corals, I'll be able to tell like, oh, I need to move the power head over here because it's too close to this coral. I don't know which coral is going where right now because I don't even know what corals I'm getting exactly. I do have a little list where I'm like planning it out. I have a little chart and everything, but I still haven't decided for sure. So until then, I'm not sure if it's gonna stay in this spot or not, or if we'll move it. Kind of the same with the rock work. It's up in the air, but it's at least in there for now. And then we got to set up the media baskets in the back. I didn't know for sure if the BioCube even came with a media basket in the back. I thought I was gonna have to get one like special made for the BioCube and get it like fitted for the dimensions in the back of the BioCube. I was prepared for a lot more work than it ended up being because it just came with one. So that's great. To access the media basket, all I had to do was remove the little piece of filtration that the BioCube comes with, and then you can pull the whole basket out. It just comes right out in the back. Okay, so for the very first chamber, we're gonna be putting filter floss in there. There's a couple chambers in the back for the water to flow through. You could put different filtration media in each little section. The first thing that the water is gonna go through is this filter floss. It just helps pick up waste. Okay, next up, we're gonna be adding some carbon to the back. So it's a 32-gallon tank. Normally you add a tablespoon for every 5 gallons, but it would just be this much, which is really tiny. So I'm just gonna fill the baggie up. And then I'm gonna take this baggie and run some RO water over it. This is just to help rinse it off before I put it in the back of the tank so it doesn't get all cloudy back there. And then we're gonna add it to the tank, into the back chamber. And we're gonna get rid of this, which came with it. This is the filter that came with it. As you can see, it's filthy anyway, because it's been in there since I started running the tank. But we're not gonna use it anyway. We're gonna set up the back differently. See how dirty this pad is already getting? It was originally this white. Yeah. And then the whole chamber back here comes out. Okay, so I really don't like to touch this. I don't know why, it feels so weird. It's so dusty and grainy, and I hate the way cardboard feels, and this just feels like the worst version of cardboard I've ever felt because there's little dust particles from this all over the box. I'm having the worst sensation nightmare ever right now touching this. But this is gonna be my biofilter. If I could just manage to touch it long enough to get it in some bags. Oh my god, I literally want to barf. Like, I feel nauseous. How am I gonna get this open? I'm using a wet paper towel to try to open it because I hate the way it feels so much. Oh my god, I'm like shaking trying to open this. You don't understand, this is like a sensory nightmare for me. Okay. Well, good news. It already comes in a bag. I'm gonna rinse this stuff off with some RO water and then we'll get it put into the little rack here. All right, I just did a water change. This bucket has the dirty water from the water change I just did. I'm gonna use this water to rinse this off. Since I only ran it over some fresh RO water, I'm gonna rinse it out in the salt water too. A good way to fully submerge it and get all the dust particles off of it. And now we're gonna go put it in the media rack. There we go. It's kind of hard to see back there. But now we have this filter floss that goes over first, and then it'll go through the carbon, and then it'll go through the bio balls, or whatever they're called this time. They're not bio balls. The bio media. It's gonna go through that, and then it'll come over here. And in the first chamber over here, there's a there's a heater also. And once the bio media starts growing some good bacteria in it, it's gonna help reduce the nitrates and ammonia. This is where we're at. But yeah, everything's going really well. This is just a shorter little last update, somewhere to leave it off for now until it's time to start bringing in the anemone and the corals and more fish. We've got season 1 done. We've got the tank going. We've got my 2 clownfish in it. We've got the rocks. We've got the inverts. We've got my urchin somewhere in there. He hides really well, by the way. I thought this tank was going to be incredibly too small for him and that he'd have nowhere to go. He is so good at moving around. I'm still probably rehoming him. I'm definitely rehoming my sand sifting starfish because she only has this little tiny area right there to basically maneuver and go in circles in. But the sea urchin's honestly doing pretty well. I don't even know where he is right now. Like, I can't even find him right now. He's behind the green star polyps underneath the rock. So he gets around pretty well. He's definitely not cramped, at least. But yeah, everything's doing well. I have no clue what that hermit crab's doing. Okay. He just did a little somersault for some reason. I guess that's how we're gonna be wrapping things up for now until it's time to bring in more stuff. I did order some Purigen, which I wanted to use for my tank, but I bought the media bags for my aquarium really fast. I really just found the first ones that had good reviews on Amazon and ordered them, and I didn't really think about it. But when they arrived, the mesh bags ended up being too big. Not in size, but in the little holes in the mesh bags, they were too big for the Purigen. And I was stupid, and I did a test and ran it over some fresh water. I didn't see the Purigen fall out of the mesh bag, so I was like, okay, I guess it does fit in these bags just fine, and I guess it's gonna be safe to put this in my tank. I put it it in my tank and immediately it washed all the Purigen out of the mesh bag and started blasting the Purigen into my tank. So I had to go rush and unplug my tank and siphon all of it out of my tank. Because while filtration media is good for the tank, it helps the water, you don't want that to be in the main tank. You don't want the filtration to be just floating around where the fish can eat it. They're not supposed to eat the filtration. They don't need a filter in their tummies. So yeah, I had to suck all of that stuff out. It was not fun. It was not fun. But I did it. I got it all out. I ordered some new bags that are more fine, that won't let the Purigen pass through it. And when those arrive, then we'll add that to the tank. But until then, no Purigen in my tank. So also I did put a heater. I don't know why I just blanked on that word. I did put a heater in the first chamber in the BioCube, so the water is being heated. And yeah, that's really it for today. Like I said, I haven't been feeling the best, and when I have started to try to film again these last few times, I've been having really bad brain fog and having a hard time explaining myself, and I don't know what it is. I just like random camera anxiety. I don't know. But I'm sure that I'll ease right back into it as I keep filming again. It's just, for some reason, been like an off week for me. I don't know. Yeah, that's it. Like I said, we're gonna take a little break from these fish videos and talk about some other things. And we will return to the fish tank when we have more to talk about. Whenever it's time to add more corals or more fish or whatever next steps may be. So yeah. Anyway, I was gonna pick Ghost up so he could say bye, but he is so comfy. I don't wanna make him move. He's so comfy. So no cute Ghost waving goodbye, but I will. I'll wave goodbye. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. And you can always follow me on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter for more content in between posts. So yeah, bye.